Hello everyone, Absent Friend here, and we're back with another ranking video. This time we're going to be looking at the top 5 most challenging Disney villainous villains to understand and how to play. So sit back because you definitely don't want to miss this. Remember, thumbs up if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell to be alerted when new episodes are available. Okay, Absent Friends, here we go. The top 5 most challenging Disney villainous villains to understand and how to play. Not necessarily the top 5 of the most challenging to win as, but definitely the most challenging to understand and to play. These are not for beginners. These are for your more seasoned players. So beginners, beware if you select any of these villains. So let's start off with number 5, and that goes to Lady Tmaine. Lady Tmaine's goal is pretty straightforward, but it's quite difficult to understand how to get there. You have to play a daughter, then you have to play her ball gown version. You can't play the ball gown version before you play the regular version. You can't play ball gown Cinderella unless you have the other Cinderella, unless the fairy godmother does it. You can only play the prince to the palace whether it's locked or not. You can only play ball gown Cinderella to the palace. You can only do this, you can only do that. It's a lot to take in. So I definitely understand when people struggle with her. Now, is it easy to win with her? It can be once you figure out her puzzle, but she definitely has a lot of Rubik's Cube steps to finally get to her end game. And our number 4 most challenging Disney villainous villain to play as is Ursula. Once again, Ursula's goal is very easy to understand, but getting to it requires a lot of steps. You can't just vanquish heroes with your allies. You have to put a contract on them. Then you have to move them to a certain location to get them to be defeated. Then you have to get those special items into her location. And hopefully that location isn't locked, because then you have to get it unlocked. And every once in a while Ariel will come out and move your items, and then you have to defeat her to get your items back. If you can understand all of that stuff, then Ursula is quite easy. But getting to that point, especially for beginner players, can be quite the challenge. Don't pick Ursula if it's your very first time playing Disney Villainous. Otherwise, you will be the poor, unfortunate soul. And now for our number 3 most challenging Disney Villainous villain to play as is King Candy. There's not enough candy in the world to help you better understand this villain. He does not have the standard 4-location board. He has a racetrack, which is not that difficult to understand, but getting around it and being limited to your moves, and also trying to figure out how to get Wreck-It Ralph onto the board, defeat Wreck-It Ralph with all the different abilities that all the allies have to do, and all the extra things that you can do, and all the different things that can be covered up by racer tokens. When is the race on? When is the race off? How do I move the token here? I forgot to do this. I've got to remember to do that. There is a lot to do for not only King Candy, but also his opponents, because the opponents have to keep in mind of all the things that they have to do to make sure King Candy does what he's supposed to do. So definitely there is a lot to unwrap with King Candy. But again, once you figure him out, he's actually quite fun. And now for our number 2 pick of our most challenging Disney villainous villain, let's go with Lotso. Alright, you guys saw this one coming. The lonely dictator murder bear is definitely a challenging villain to play as. Not only is he challenging to understand his goal, but he's also challenging to get to that achieved goal. You don't defeat heroes in the traditional sense. You just drain their strength. Then you have to get them to the caterpillar room. But sometimes they'll be moved out of the caterpillar room by fate cards, and you have to do it all over again. And then there's Rex, the hero who cannot be reduced by strength if he's with another hero. He has to be all by himself. Then you have to move him back with the other heroes in the caterpillar room and hope that his strength does not improve. Otherwise, you have to move him out and get him down to 0 and move him back again. It's definitely a lot to unpack, and he is definitely a lot of players' least favorite characters to play as. And our number 1 most challenging Disney villainous villain to play as is, you guessed it, Syndrome. Alright, Syndrome, the hero wannabe. He definitely has a lot going on. First, you have to put an Omnidroid at Nomadison Island, get a hero, defeat it, then the Omnidroid goes away, then you reshuffle this, you have to find special modifications, and then get another Omnidroid, use it to defeat another hero, take it away, do something else, get a remote here, and then get the other Omnidroid, put the remote opposite the Omnidroid, and then you have to constantly go back and forth, defeating heroes until everyone is defeated, and you use the Omnidroid to do it. It's definitely a lot to take in, and it's definitely very confusing for a lot of players, myself included. And if you choose to play Syndrome, have fun and good luck. Well, that's it, Absent Friends. We hope you enjoyed this ranking video, and we hope you'll come back for more ranking videos in the future as we continue to wait for the new Disney Villainous expansions and the Star Wars expansions to come out in July. Until then, this is your Absent Friend, signing off.